sensitive. I didn't want to hear any of it for the next few hours. My phone was blowing up. I could see the texts coming in, first from Emily, then from Travis, and finally from Rick. They were all asking where I went, why I left, what was wrong. I didn't respond. I couldn't. That night, I just sat in my room scrolling through social media, trying to distract myself from everything that had happened, but I couldn't stop thinking about it, about how my dad had turned something that should have been a celebration into something that felt like an insult, and about how even after everything I didn't know how to face them. The next few days felt like a blur, but not in the way that makes you forget things. It was more like my life had been turned into this endless loop of messages, calls, and voices in my head telling me I was the problem. My phone didn't stop buzzing. Rick was calling every few hours, leaving angry voicemails. Emily and Travis texted constantly, asking what was going on, telling me I was being dramatic. I couldn't handle it. It was like they were all trying to gaslight me into believing I was overreacting. I didn't respond. I couldn't. But that didn't stop them. On the third day after the party, my mom Karen finally sent me a text. It was short and to the point. Olivia, I don't know what's going on with you, but Ricky's upset. You need to call him. We're all really disappointed in how you handle things. Don't make this worse. I stared at the message for a long time. I wasn't sure what hurt more, the fact that she was siding with Rick, or that she could even see why I was upset. I had spent years trying to win her approval, trying to be the daughter she wanted me to be, but here she was defending Rick as if everything was fine, and I was the one who had caused all the chaos. But it wasn't just that. I had this sinking feeling that she was trying to make me feel guilty for leaving. It was like they all wanted me to apologize for being hurt. They all wanted me to pretend like it didn't matter when Rick called me a mistake in front of everyone. I couldn't believe it was happening. That night, Rick left me another voicemail. This one was different. There was less anger in his voice, but more condescension. He spoke in that tone I'd heard so many times growing up, the one that always made me feel small, like I was some kind of inconvenience. Olivia, I've been thinking about everything. I know you've got a lot of emotions right now, but you need to understand something. I didn't mean to hurt you. It was just a joke and everyone laughed. Maybe you need to lighten up a little bit. You've got to stop being so sensitive. It's been years, and I'm still waiting for you to grow up. I sat there holding my phone, the words echoing in my mind, still waiting for you to grow up. That's what he'd said, and I realized something. My dad had always thought he was the one who needed to change. He had always thought I was the problem. I wasn't the one who needed to grow up. He was the one who had been treated like a child my entire life. No matter how old I get, no matter how hard I worked, no matter how much I achieved, it was never enough. I couldn't even bring myself to listen to the rest of the message. I deleted it immediately. It wasn't just Rick. Emily was calling me nonstop, and each time I ignored her, the messages got worse. At first, she was trying to be understanding, asking if I was okay, but by the third day, she was sending texts like, "Come on live, it's been long enough, this is ridiculous, you can't just stay mad forever." And then there was this one, "I get that you're hurt, but this is family. You're being selfish, right? No, you're hurting all of us, not just yourself." That hit hard. It was the same thing Rick had always done, turning the situation around and making it about how my actions were the problem, not what they had done to me. Emily, who had always been a bit of a people pleaser, was now parroting everything Rick had ever said. She was siding with him, telling me to let it go. At first, I thought maybe she just didn't understand how much that comment had stung. I thought maybe she didn't know what it was like growing up under the shadow of Rick's perfect expectations, always being the one to fall short. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized something. Emily wasn't just ignorant, she was complicit. She had seen how Rick treated me over the years, and instead of standing up for me, she had always laughed along with him. She had always turned a blind eye because it was easier that way. Now she was doing the same thing, telling me to just get over it. And then there was Travis. I hadn't heard from him for a while, and I guess I'd been hoping he would be the one to call me out of the blue, the one who would see how messed up this was. But no, he sent me a text, and it was almost exactly like Emily's. "You've really gone too far this time, Liv. You're just making everything harder for all of us. Stop being so dramatic." It stung, but not as much as Rick's words. Travis had always been Rick's golden child. He could do no wrong in Rick's eyes, and I guess it had rubbed off on him, because now I was defending Rick too. It was like everyone had taken sides, and I was the only left alone on the outside with new knee.